Sorry for that. So now once this is done, these are some schools that we actually worked with. And we had some of these schools who we've got pictures of some of the schools that received the Golden Brush Awards. The Golden Pen Awards are here. Oh, wait. Right. So this is the outcome of the Golden Pen Awards last year. This book called Beyond Infinity. And we're going to be talking to some of the authors from the book. But before we begin that, we've got some authors from Beyond Natural. So we are very quickly going to move on to, these authors. This is a book on the United Nations SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Just give me 1 second and okay. So now basically here, if I'll just read out the summary of this book. Dive into a captivating anthology that transcends the boundaries of the natural world in Beyond Natural. 7 young minds unite to share their extraordinary tales, each offering a unique take on their understanding of the UN SDGs, sharing a glimpse into realms where the ordinary fades into the extraordinary. From the depths of the oceans to the vast expanse of outer space, readers are transported on a journey beyond the confines of reality, encounter mermaids battling human adversaries, explorers traversing uncharted galaxies, and heroes defying the limits of human potential. Through these diverse and compelling stories, themes of courage, resilience, and the enduring quest for truth intertwine, offering readers a tapestry of adventure and discovery. As the narrative unfolds, the boundaries between the natural and supernatural blur, inviting readers to question what lies beyond the known, prepared to be swept away by tales of wonder and intrigue, where only limit where the only limit is the boundless imagination. Beyond Natural is a testament to the power of storytelling to transcend the ordinary and transport us to realms beyond our wildest dreams. So, do you want to hear more about this? Do you want to meet the authors who've actually been a part of this book? Because we've
Yes.
got you over here. Yes? All right. So, I think we're going to start with Elena. Elena, are you here?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Preeti, can you put Elena on the spotlight? Then everybody will know who Elena is. Let me just see if I can do that. Yeah. Hi, Elena.
Hi.
Tell us a little about yourself before we begin.
So I'm Alina. I'm 13 years old and I study in Heritage International. I love writing, especially horror, and I also have a dog who I completely adore.
Okay. And what's your story about?
So Eyes Wide Shut tells the tale of Jane, a woman confronting her innermost fears in a chilling narrative. It explores the repercussions of our past actions, often overlooked in the busyness of our daily lives. As we immerse ourselves in our everyday routines, we become oblivious to those around us. As Jane, in our story, is the protagonist, she grapples her haunting memories from her past that always cling to her, overshadowing her present existence.
Okay, so Jane is a very layered character, Lena. So how did you actually come about and think of her? What was your process, basically?
So the inspiration to create Jane came from a desire to range over all sorts of horror, especially the internal struggles and past regrets that haunt us all. So Jane embodies a wake-up call, facing not only external threats, but also the darkness within herself. Through her journey, readers can delve into themes of redemption, self discovery, and the unsettling realization that sometimes the greatest horrors lie within.
Wow. So actually, for everybody who hasn't read this book, it's a very compelling story, and it's one of the seven, and it covers, I think, which UNSDG have you covered in this? Because
Good health and well being.
good health and well-being. So just imagine that one thought, right, can take you through a narrative that is so intense that by the end of it, I think when Elena was done with finished her story, I don't think either of us could recall exactly what was the UN SDG that, was the prompt to even initiate the story. So, I mean, even I had to actually go back and think about it. And then, I realized I browsed through my notes and figured that, it was scribbled somewhere. But that's the interesting thing about storytelling. So when you get your topic for today, for the next edition, I think that's one thing that you should also look at because that topic is going to be your starting point. What you make of it could be something completely very different, rather, and that's the expectation, right? So Elena has actually set the tone now, and I am going to now. So thank you, Elena. That was very compelling, and it was rather, I would say, it I found that all the stories were very inspiring, but your journey was very unique, and the fact that you could intertwine horror in such an intense way manner, this was just brilliant. So thank
Thank
you
you
very
so much.
much, and one big hand for Elena, please, everybody. I think that's one. Thank you thank you, Elena. So now we'll move on to our next author from the second book, and that is going to be Kritika Kumar. I think, do we also have Siddhant Raj? Siddhant Raj, are you also there? If you are, then you're going to be right after Kritika. Okay, Kritika, where are you? Preeti, could
Yes,
you
ma'am.
just help us put Kritika on the spotlight, please?
Sure.
Okay, so yeah. So Kritika, could you begin with introducing yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kritika Kumar, also known as KK, and I'm 13 years old. I study in South Point School, and I have been into writings a lot from fantasy, and I really find writing a escape of world, like to escape from the reality.
Lovely. And I think your story is also, gives us a glimpse of that. So tell us a little about your story and the character Miami.
Okay. So Miami is basically the other name of Asa, the pet name of Asa I actually have given. So Asa reflects me actually. I wanted to give a part of me also, and that Arthur is my brother actually. I wanted to
So your two
give
lead
some.
characters are basically brother and sister are
Yes,
basically you and your brother.
yes.
Okay, great.
And then the other part I wanted to give was my best friend Olivia. So I
Okay,
wanted the theme was friendship and siblings love. The main
okay.
part was that.
And that was in a you put that in a fairy tale setting.
Yes.
So
Actually, I
what's your
wanted this
story
to
about?
be this first story. Like my first story wanted to be something of fantasy and friendship that I wanted to do.
So the setting, that's why. So tell us a little about your story. I think this has gotten everybody intrigued. So
Okay,
what's your story
so
about?
my story is about three peoples. That is uh, Asa, an author, or also known as Miami, and Olivia as my best friend. So the summary is that I wanted to give a deep about the Asa and Olivia, that how their friendship worked, how they got to know each other due to
Okay.
the park incident. And for sorry, and for Arthur, I wanted to give him like a villain vibes. I wanted to give the villain
Okay.
vibe for Arthur.
That's your brother you're talking
Yes,
about. He is a bit of a villain, is it?
yes, he's a childish. He's childish, but he's also like arguing with me for the whole moment.
Okay. But he is, I think Arthur in your story is also a good guy at the end of it. So,
Yes,
yeah. So
and
that was, yeah, you were saying something.
yes, actually, there was the father. So I wanted to give the like I want to give the people of my life that I love into these characters. So I also gave my
Okay.
father the character, the king. I made him for the
Okay.
kingdom,
Right.
Equia.
Uh, so basically, Kritika has, woven her own life into this fantasy world that she created. And you also went through a particularly long process because your story changed many times.
Yes,
So what
ma'am. Due to
happened?
exams pressure and like many stress and then studies. My exam was
Okay.
going when the book was launched that time.
Yes, I
That's why I
understand.
couldn't come.
So, but that's okay. I think this happens and it's part of life. But the interesting part is that the story was submitted, I think, last year in the month of May or June. Then we had a
Yes.
few sessions with the few selected winners, and then you went through the story. This was one story that went through maximum changes, but it's come out really beautifully, and that's the important part.
Okay.
So, yeah, so thank you, Kritika. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So, after this, do we have Siddhant? Has Siddhant joined? Okay, right. So, I don't see Siddhant, I don't see Anjali. And the other person. Oh, so your brother's sitting right next to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm just trying to see who else is there. And uh, to see if the said. Okay, just give me 1 second. Uh, all right. So we have I think we'll move on to Raju Haldar. Raju, are you there? Can you turn your video on, please, Raju?
Ma'am, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, but can you turn your video on?
कर रहा हूँ.
Yeah, okay, Raju. Great. I'm putting you
Okay.
on spotlight.
Yeah.
So, Raju is the one of the winners of the Golden Brush Awards, and he's the person who's created this book cover that you see in my background. I'm also, if you can see my screen, then, and if you can see me, then basically I'm holding the book as well. So, Raju, what was your experience with the Golden Brush Award?
तो मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम था मतलब
Hmm.
न्यूज़ स्टेम मेटावर्स का एक्चुअली मुझे इंस्टा से पता चला था. एंड उसमें था कि आप ऑनलाइन एक कंपटीशन कंडक्ट कर रहे हो जो कि एआर में आप कैरियर में शो करोगे. तो उसमें मैंने 3-4 अपने आर्टवर्क्स में डाले थे. तो उनमें से मेरे 3 सेलेक्ट हुए थे. तो उनमें से एक ये है. जो बेसिकली फ्यूचर के ऊपर मैंने बनाया था। बेसिकली इंडिया का फ्यूचर आगे कैसे होगा। तो एजुकेशन में वैसे आप जानते हैं कि हमारी जनरेशन एजुकेशन में कुछ ज़्यादा आगे है और आगे बढ़ रही है। और बेसिकली स्टार्ट में मैंने दिखा है कि कॉन्फिडेंस कभी खोना नहीं चाहिए, जो कि हाथ से दिखा रहे हैं। और जैसे हम कभी कभी कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं होते कि हम क्या ये कर सकते, कोई काम कर सकते कि नहीं कर सकते। तो कभी डाउट नहीं करना चाहिए, एटलीस्ट एक बार अपने आप को
ट्राई
एक बार
जरूर
चांस
कर
देना
लेना चाहिए।
चाहिए। हम्म, तो
जी।
फिर ये मैंने डाला था। फिर कुछ दिनों के बाद ये आई थिंक 1 साल हो गया उसके। तो 1 साल के
जी।
बाद फिर मैम ने आई थिंक मैम ने 1-2 हफ्ते या फिर जनवरी में मैम ने फोन करा था कि मेरा सेलेक्ट हो चुका है। तो मैं तो बहुत खुश हूँ कि मेरा पहली बार मेरे बुक में कोई आया है। तो उसके लिए मैम थैंक यू मैम।
मोस्ट वेलकम। बट आई थिंक जो बात आपने कही वो इतनी इम्पोर्टेंट है कि कभी मन में ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि हम नहीं कर पाएंगे। हमारे मन में हमेशा यही होना चाहिए कि चलो एक बार ट्राई तो कर लेते हैं, एंड अच्छी तरीके से पूरी शिद्दत से ट्राई करना चाहिए फिर हमें। सो एक्चुअली ये पूरे प्लेटफॉर्म का STEM metaverse पे, I think the one thing that we want to achieve is this, that we want children to write their best, we want them to create their best artwork, whatever comes to their mind, whatever is best for you, and put it out there, because you really don't know who's actually looking at it. So ye jab humne, we'd announced the Golden Brush Awards, I think in January. We announced the winners in February. This entire art gallery thing happened sometime in February, March. And we had a very well-renowned artist judge them. So there was somebody, Mr. Pratap More, you can look him up. He has designed Facebook India's art, their entire office, and he's covered it with the most contemporary, with contemporary art. He's very famous, and he looked at all the entries before, and there were somewhere, I think, uh, somewhere around 2000 entries that are now there on the platform. I think us samay pe we had some 600-700 for just this competition. So you had to look through all of them. Then we selected 50 because we didn't know what to not select beyond that. Even with the Golden Pen Awards, we actually, getting to the first 100 entries was the easier part. After 100, to choose 20 was really difficult. Then 20 say they turned into 10 because some children, they had to go through a process of refinement, where we had some classes with the winners. Then they had to refine their stories to be able to be, they can be published. And then a lot of children had their exam pressure and all those things come up, and then lost out on it. So actually, agar aap koi cheez start karte hain, you should actually see it till the very end, and things take time. So right now as well, when we are set out to announce the second edition of the awards, I'll be sharing the topic with you very shortly. We will be talking about the topic itself and how it can be interpreted in different ways. It will be a slightly long journey. You will get 1 month to prepare your entries. So go for it, and you know, don't lose steam in between. But before we actually move on to the topic, I'm going to very quickly talk to some of the authors who are also there with us right now. We have Deepshi, we have I think we had Anashwara as well, who is somehow not there now. Uh,
Shall we start with
yeah.
Deepshi in that case?
So let's start. Let's start with Deepshi. I can't see Anashwara, so let's just start with Deepshi. Uh, so Deepshi, tell us how is you've written a beautiful story on how the fish would get back at us if they had superpowers. I remember that was the one thing that caught everybody's attention. So tell us, what is your story about?
It's about how, like if we continue, maybe they can get it or something. Like humans are really degrading life, other forms of life, and in water they're dumping waste. So I guess
They're degrading the lives of aquatic animals
yeah.
and yeah, so aquatic life. Hmm. So, but why aquatic in particular?
Um,
I
like
think you chose that as your United Nations SDG, right? That was one of the things.
yes,
I think water and life underwater was your
yes,
theme. Okay. So that was so basically what Deepshi has written is almost a movie that can be it can be her story can be created into an animated movie. And it's very different from Finding Nemo, although it has a similar setting. But she's got some very fascinating characters there, and each character has different superpowers. And what Deepshi said, I think the last time we actually had a physical launch for the book, was that if the fish had superpowers, then they would really get back at humans. So that was Deepshi's story. Now I'm not going to spend more time on. I think I don't think we have any more authors there today. So I'm going to is if there is anybody, please do let me know. I think yeah, that's it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to now very quickly share the topic for the second edition of the awards. Just one sec. The butterfly effect. That's the topic. So does anybody know exactly what this means? What is the butterfly effect? Raise your hands if you know. Oh, wait, 1 second. Anybody who's raised their hands, because now I can't see. I'm going to stop the screen share. Anybody who knows what butterfly effect means? Okay. So what it really means is that one ripple or one flutter of a butterfly in any part of the world can really change things in like another part. So basically, and I'll give you an example of this. For example, my not going to school today for something can have a repercussion on somebody else's, you know, participation in a competition, right? So he may not have thought that, there could be, that he could be selected, but because I was absent, his name got put in there and he got selected for it. Has that ever happened to anybody? Have you lost out on any opportunity or gained an opportunity just for no reason at all? So another example I'll give you is this of the butterfly effect, and you can Google it also. Uh, one traffic light in one part of uh, the city can cause a traffic jam in not just that part, or not just that junction, but another junction a little far away. Do you think that's possible? So basically, sometimes something completely unrelated to what is happening right now in front of you can actually change your life for the better or the worse. Another example could be that global warming, some factory set up in one part of the world is actually causing a glacier to melt in another place. So not just one factory, but basically glaciers are melting not for something that people in Norway are doing. Glaciers are melting because things that other people across the world are doing, right? So those are things that can actually, so the butterfly effect is basically an effect of something that has happened in one minuscule part of the world, causing an impact on somewhere completely unrelated, very, very far away. So that's the butterfly effect. How you put it on paper in the form of a story or in the form of a poem or in the form of anything else, a picture or a graphic, is entirely up to you. It's like at the cosmic level, a small galaxy, a small bang in one part of the universe can literally end life on Earth, for example. So those are things that are that's what the butterfly effect is, where something that you haven't, where you're sort of facing a repercussion of something that's not happened anywhere close to you. And something so small that's caused a ripple effect. Like you throw a stone in one part of the lake, what happens? Ripples get created and they keep growing wider and wider. But you throw the stone at some part, right? So that's what the impact of the butterfly effect is. And what we're looking at is ideas in the form of stories, poems, anything else, essays, uh, limericks, anything that you can think of. And it could be, this time around, we're opening it to anybody who wants to write in English and in Hindi. And what we're going to do is this time, instead of just having your artwork published in an art gallery, we're actually going to print it in the book as well. So so with the second edition of the Golden Brush and the Golden Pen Awards, the book is not only going to carry all the literature, it's also going to have pictures, printed pictures. So that is where we are, and that's what this competition is going to be. Now I think I'll, over to you, Varun. Uh, so Varun, my co-founder at STEM Metaverse, is going to take you through the process of how to uh, upload and share your entries. Yeah, Mishka. Anybody who has any questions related to the topic in the meantime, please go ahead and ask. Mishka, go ahead. Mishka, please unmute yourself and you can share your question. I can see Kritika has also raised her hand. But Mishka, you'd raised it, but you're not saying anything. So Kritika, then not getting unmuted. So Mishka, can you type your question so that I can just address it? Yeah, just 1 second. Mishka, while you type your question out, what we're going to do is we're going to move to, oh, is there any word limit to this story? Nandini has asked. No, there is no word limit. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to have sessions. So with the winners, especially, if your entry gets shortlisted, you'll be going through a series of classes that will help you refine your story further. There is no word limit. You can literally go up to whatever words that you want.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I think okay, Kritika, go ahead with your question.
Ma'am, actually, the season 2 was will be happening. So can I join
Yeah.
that? Because I sent the link. I actually sent the message to STEM Metaverse, and they said that I will not be doing that. The season 2 part.
No, you can
I
participate.
can now.
I
Okay.
think they must have thought that you want to join the classes. So they
Okay.
must have said that, you're already a good author. Why do you need classes? So I think that would have possibly been it. No. So basically, the deadline. So basically, we're going to give you 1 month. This competition hasn't been announced publicly yet. The topic hasn't been announced. The competition has, but we've not shared the topic. Next week, you have a 1 week headway where you can think and work more because you registered for the orientation. So everybody else is going to get to know the topic 1 week later, which is around 29th. And the competition will end by 30th of April. So you have 1 whole month to create your narrative and your basic and your artwork. Zian. Zian, no, the classes that you have as part of the Golden Pen Awards or the Golden Brush Awards are not going to be paid. So what happens over here is that, we get wonderful entries. But what happens is that they need to be refined a little bit before they can be published. So that's where we, get a team of mentors and we mentor you. There are other classes that we take because that's part of our upskilling system platform. If you were there in the beginning part of the meeting, you would have seen that as well. Those are classes where that are taken at a much higher level. They do lead to very, very extensive and exhaustive narratives as well. But right now, that's not for you. Right now, there is nothing in this competition that is paid. If you want to take that up separately, you can take that up. Okay. Any other question before Varun takes over? Minimum word limit? No, don't keep it to be 1 word. You'll not get selected there. But there is no particular minimum word limit. If you have a poem, for example, your word limit would be much lesser than that of a usual story. So we have not put in a minimum limit. But yes, I mean, your story and your poem needs to have matter in it to actually. Age group classification or all age groups come in the same group. Uh, there's no particular age group classification, but we do look at the caliber a child presents at their particular age. So that is a factor that we keep in mind, but there is no classification. Everything will be in one book. But even if you look at this book, we've got the grade that every child is in, every author is in, mentioned before. So I'll just share this with you. So see, it says, for example, Siddhant Raj, a 13-year-old. So there is a small bio that goes before your story. So the person reading the story also knows who the author of the story is. So it says Siddhant Raj is a 13-year-old from a multicultural family in India. Talks about the author and the age is mentioned over there. So when we are selecting, then we're going to keep in mind your age as well. But there will be no segregation or different books coming out. Okay, right. So now let's quickly move on to Zoodle and how you're going to be submitting uh, the work there. So Varun, over to you now finally.
Sure, Ritika. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
We can hear.
Yeah, we can hear you, and I think you have access to the share screen as well.
Okay, let me know once you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the very beginning. How do you register and how do you upload? So Ritika, you want me to go over both the image as well as the writing part, one by one?
Yes, please.
Okay. So yeah, this is the site that is in doodle.nzoodle.in. You can just open it up. And since you guys would be logging in for the first time, it is going to ask you these details. So you can click here to register. So you can click it here. So I am assuming everyone would have a Google Gmail or authentication, which works much simpler for everyone. So you click on the sign in with Google and you, whichever is your preferred email address, you add that. It is just a one step. That's it. Once you do it, it will be done. Then you put your email address. Then you put your mobile number. Just make sure that there are no zeros or 9 ones or any prefixes to that. It is just a 10-digit mobile number. And you click here to send the OTP. So basically your mobile number will be verified. Just, and once you get the OTP, you will get it on WhatsApp. You can put it up. Just in case if you do not get an OTP in the 2 to 3 minutes after this, This is only for the today's meeting. I'm telling you, you can use a temporary password called 1234. Sometimes there is a network issue. So you can use this as a verification. If you get an OTP within 2 to 3 minutes, use that. Otherwise, use it as a special hack. And then you can upload your date of birth. A referral code is not relevant in this case. It is only relevant in case if someone has referred you and your school name. So I'm going to uh, add my date of birth, add my school details. If your school is already registered, then you would see this on the drop down as well. You agree to your terms of service and then you sign up, and then you will be automatically created. So you can directly log in with again your one step Google authentication after this, and you would uh, automatically transferred to the main website. After that, next time you log in, you don't have to go over the registration page again. The pop-up will automatically click the Google authentication button, and you will be able to log in right from there. So now we are going to show you two things. First thing is NFTs related to any kind of graphics, any creative work that you do. Second is how do you create an NFT, which is related to the writing that you guys are doing. So first I'm going to show you the image part. So you click on this red button called click here to upload image. I hope I'm not going too fast. In case if I am, just let me know. Ritika, you are on mute if you're
Yeah,
saying.
sorry, Varun, can you repeat this part again? Like, can you just go back and share exactly how you uploaded this?
So you go to zoodle.in, you sign in. Since I've already created my account, I don't need to register again. And the minute you sign in, on the top left hand side, you are going to see three buttons, red, yellow, and green. Red is for creating any NFT related to your paint work or your graphical work. Second one is to upload any writing related to any NFT related to your writing. And third is for the music. So first we are going to go over the NFT related to the image. So you click on this red button right on top, and then you will put up your details. So your asset name is basically the title of the image that you are uploading. So for this today's discussion, I'm just going to put up my image, and I'm just going to put some dummy description. It's not relevant here. I'm going to delete it after that. MRP is basically if someone is trying to buy your digital image as a NFT token, then at what price they should be buying this for. So I am saying my painting is worth 100 rupees. Then anyone who is buying also have the option of reselling, and you always get as a originator of the NFT, you get a certain percentage every time it's sold. So let us say I want a maximum resale price to be 50 and minimum as 25. Once you are done with these details, just drag and drop the image. So I'm just going to put some dummy image here. Okay. So it's going to upload the image and wait for around 30 seconds once this is done, because it is creating a, yeah, this is a DALI created image, by the way. You accept the terms you accept the terms, and then you create on the create new block. Once that is done, then you will, sorry, it's taking some time. Just give me a minute. Let me just add another image.
So please don't share AI generated images. We will know for sure.
Okay.
That
Yes,
is
sir.
one. Two, um, basically, wait, there was something else that I wanted to share over here.
Go ahead. I will wait.
Yeah, sometimes it takes time to upload an image or an article, so just wait. And if it doesn't happen, you know, try after 5 minutes again and try again after 5 minutes. And if it still, for some strange reason, doesn't happen, I will be sharing our email address over here. Please uh, email the contents to us. But we look at what problem you're facing and maybe ask you to upload it yourself so that it comes with your name on it, right? So I'm just going to very quickly share the email address with everyone on chat. And all this is also going to happen. It's also going to be shared with you over with your school. So don't worry. Everybody will get to know.
Yeah, so I think that's a good point that Ritika shared. Do not share any material which you are not owning it. I wanted to show the NFT, the DALI thing only as a demo. I was trying to delete it afterwards. But yeah, do not share anything. So you will see that you have, when you look at the terms and conditions, it you have to make sure that whatever you are uploading, you have the complete authority, complete license to do that. Once you have all these details, you can just create a new block. If you want to make sure whether your image is still uploading or whether it has uploaded already, just hover your mouse over your image. If you see some dark shade coming on top of it, then it has not uploaded. Maybe the image is dark or maybe the network is a bit slow. If you do not see anything, then your image is uploaded. So I do not see anything, which means my image is uploaded. So all I need to do is create a new block here and you will see the block has been created successfully. Now if I go back to the main page, then you will, let me just refresh the page. You will see the image
Yeah.
has come, my name has come, the price has come, and then anyone who has logged in would have the option to purchase this NFT as well. So this is what you can do for your artwork. Similar procedure for uploading the writing. So I'm going to click on the yellow button, which opens up this page where you write your article. And this will be used for creating NFTs related to your creative writing work. So I'm going to again create some dummy articles here. So it's a very similar workflow from what we have already done. So it is not going to be something extremely different. So only thing is where you are uploading an image and here you are writing a paragraph or whatever your story is. By the way, this area is called a rich text editor. So you have the liberty to put it into a title or you can make it bold, you can make it italic, howsoever you want the story to be reflected. So you can have a very well written story with multiple paragraphs and all those things right here itself. Again, you do have to accept the terms and conditions, which are primarily saying that you own whatever you are uploading it here, and then just create a new blog. So once you click this create new blog, then you will always make sure that you get this message before moving on to the next page, which says blog created successfully. Now, if I go back again, sorry, if I go back again and refresh the page, then you will see that one image NFT and one creative writing NFT has been uploaded. Creative writing NFT, since there is no image involved, you're always going to see a pen here. But for images, you will see the actual image that has been uploaded along with your name, along with your school name, along with your description, along with your uh, price as well. So anyone who wants to purchase it, they would be seeing these details. So this is how you create login uh, on your Doodle page, and this is how you upload the NFTs, whether it is an image for the Golden Brush Award or whether it is a writing for the Golden Pen Award. In case if any one of you face any issues, you have Ritika's email address, so you can reach out. I will reply very promptly if you face any technical issues.
Sure.
Ritika,
So
you
it's
want?
actually on, I've shared school at STEM Metaverse so that everybody has access to it. So between you and me, we can actually decide whoever sees it first can respond. And between you, me, Preeti, and Atul sir.
So in case
Okay.
if you do face any technical issues, don't get disheartened. We will rectify it. Don't worry about that. But it should work pretty smoothly.
Yeah. Just one more thing. So basically, when you're putting in your articles, just make sure that you also have them saved on Google Sheets or on Word, right? Just in case, something doesn't work or something doesn't, you should always have it saved in a Word document, right? And
Just
then
keep a backup
copy paste it and put
creative
it
work.
over here.
Yeah, just keep a backup of your creative work before uploading it so that you are safe.
Yeah,
Second thing is this works best in Chrome and don't use incognito mode for it. Sometimes Google has an issue during authentication. Use a normal version, but Chrome is best suited for this experience.
Google Chrome.
Question by
Okay, so this is a comment. Yeah,
there's a
Preeti,
question
please.
by Cheshta Vora. Just please have a look at it.
Yeah, can you actually can you share that question? I think I
If
might
the
have missed
story
it.
is uploaded, it can be seen by everyone.
Yes, it can be seen by everyone. All your stories and work can be seen by everyone, and they will come under your name. So as soon as you upload them, they'll be visible, and this pen image comes in there. So everybody knows that this is a story and the rest of them are images, so you can click on it and see.
This is how it is going to be visible.
Right? The reason why we have a standard pen image here is because, a lot of writers, we are not artists. So when we put out an image over here, say if I ask you to put an image for your story, you'll pick it up from the internet and put it. But we don't want anything on the platform to be picked up from the internet and put out here, because we will ask you for your ownership rights over here. So it's very important that whatever you put out is created by you, because it's going to be checked for plagiarism. It's going to be checked for, various other checks are in place for this. What is the maximum selling and reselling price, Varun? Can you address that?
Yeah, so basically we have created a framework in which not only your NFTs would get sold to anyone who is interested, but anyone who buys your NFT also gets a reselling right. And as a originator or the original creator of the creative work, you get a certain percentage out of every time it is sold and resold. However, as a as a owner of the NFT that you have uploaded, you have the liberty to limit at what range it can be sold. So basically, I can say that my original painting, if someone is buying it from me, would be sold at $1,000. But if anyone is reselling it, I want to limit their price at $500. So that is what reselling price is. And I can also say that it should not be sold less than, let us say, $300, because I don't want it to go too less. I don't want it to go at a very lower denomination, at a very lower price. So I have the complete authority on what the price of selling as well as what the range of reselling would be.
Okay, so Varun, just one question which I think would be in everybody's head. So I'm
Hmm.
just voicing it out. What do you mean by selling, reselling? Can we actually sell our artwork or our creative writer?
Yes, you can. So NFTs have a fundamental concept that whatever you have uploaded on the blockchain is your property. It is identifiable with your signature, which means any kind of artwork is sellable on the platform itself. So anyone who is logging in, so you can see there are a lot of other artworks and other details as well from various schools across the country. So anyone who is logging in will have the liberty to will have the option of buying the artwork. It's a proper way of acknowledging the effort which has gone in the creation of this artwork, whichever work, the photo as well as the writing. So yes, we can do it. I mean, in case if you look into a proper market, the MF Hussains and the Picassos goes for millions of dollars. So who knows? You might be next budding star.
There's one more question, Ritika. Can we change once uploaded?
Change as in?
Uh, I think they want to know whether we can change the writing or the picture, whatever they have uploaded. Once
So
uploaded, can we change?
first of all, there is no limit to the number of NFTs they can upload. So in case if there's a change, I would encourage them to create new NFTs with the details. But there's an option to delete the NFT,
Okay.
so that we can do. Change
Okay.
is fundamentally against the philosophy of blockchain, because it works on the principle that when you have uploaded something, no one in the entire ecosystem can tweak it. The authenticity of the entire network has to be maintained. So changing is not possible, but you will have the opportunity to create as many NFTs as you wish. You must have heard me say NFTs a lot many times. NFTs are a short form for non-fungible tokens. In a very, very simplistic terms, they are any digital piece of creativity, whether it is a digital image, whether it is a digital art, whether it's a digital music, whether it's a digital music, any kind of a digital creative work, you can, in a very loose terms, call it an NFT. Any other question for me?
Ritika, you are on mute.
I didn't realize. Sorry. So basically, just to elaborate on what Varun just shared, when you upload your artwork, right, it is always going to be traced back to you. So say somebody, buys it or sells it. When I click on that artwork, I will know who the originator of the artwork was. And when was it uploaded? Who uploaded it? All of those details are always going to be sacrosanct. So what happens is that it makes your artwork very secure. And once if I bought your artwork and I decide to sell it further, there will be royalties that will come back to you. So that's the important part of it, that we are trying to democratize artwork so that owners and creators always benefit from it. Like the requirement of copywriting, or actually of the requirement, the motivation to copy anybody else's work reduces. It's almost like having movies on Netflix, because they're so easily accessible. You don't really need to go and you know copy them. There used to be people who would be shooting them from theaters and all of that, and then there was piracy happening there. But because now what is happening over here is that it's authentic. When you look at an artwork, you know that. So I see a picture of sleeping Buddha on the screen right now. When Varun, can you click on it? Can we actually see the block for this? So this is the image. It's actually click the picture of the.
This was,
Can we?
I need to check. So I think the person who has created a login has used a blank ID. I can show you
Okay,
other
so I
one.
think,
Maybe this one, the dinosaur, which has been
yeah, all
given.
right. So just to sort of
This one.
yeah, this has been done by a very small child. Let's
I'm Anant
yeah.
Singh from DPSG Vasundhara.
Yeah, so can
You,
we see the chain when we talk about blockchain? Can we see the chain
I
so
need
they
to check.
understand?
Yeah, so basically I need to check which of the artwork has
I think this should work.
is.
They may not, they might not have been resold, but it will work. So basically, the idea is that it's an authentication thing only. So whatever you see over here has been uploaded by the owner, and it's actually, and if somebody has to say, look at it, buy it, or is interested in it, they get to see exactly who it was. And who are the other people who have also bought that work, for example. So that's a very serious way of looking at it. What we're looking at from the competition's perspective is that when you upload your artwork and you create something unique, it is always going to be your creation attributed to you, and there will be a timestamp, so there you will know exactly when that artwork was uploaded. The topic for art and the creative writing is the same, butterfly effect. Um,
Shall I
and
stop?
the timelines, yeah,
Shall I stop sharing the screen?
yeah, you can. And the and the timelines are 30th of April, basically. Any other questions that you might have? Please
I
feel free
think
to ask.
it will be very good if you write the timeline and the topic once again in the chat box.
Right, I'll just do that. I think, yeah. You will be receiving emails on this. Your teachers in charges would be getting it. Sorry, deadline. Submission. Yeah, I think these are the three critical things you need to know. I think it can be deleted. I think only the admins and the owners can delete. So nobody else can. It can be deleted, yes. Uh, if that's the question. But if you want to edit something, then you will have to upload another version of it, and then maybe delete the previous blog. We don't encourage deleting too much though. I mean, if you've uploaded something, then it's a good idea to have all versions of it visible. Is the topic of the artwork the same? Yes. The timelines, the website, and the topic is the same. See, it's going to be ultimately published in the same book. So there'll be an artwork and there'll be a story. It's something like that, basically. So, and there will be a biography of each artist and of each author. So therefore, the topic is the same. Any other question, please feel free. I think we have a few minutes and then we can wind up. Yes. So basically on Zoodle, the idea is to ensure that everything that's uploaded is authentic. And because you're also children, that's very important for us to ensure that your work never gets copied really. So you can't really, you will notice that copying an artwork from Zoodle is very difficult. And unless you take a screenshot of it and then it's too much. But you'll never get a good resolution of whatever you've created anyway. So the work on Zoodle basically is not it's not easy to copy, and it always remains yours. That's the idea behind it. And if you're interested in being creators, you are interested in art and creative writing, it's very important to understand the concept of copyright. I think at some later date, we can look at having a webinar on this topic as well. But if you have the time, you can actually just Google it and take a look at what it actually means. Copyright, right?
मुझे मैम
Yeah,
मुझे पूछना था
Raju?
जो स्कूल से पास आउट हो चुके हैं वो भी कैसे करेगा
क्या
स्कूल
जी
में
Raju, could you be louder?
मैम जो स्कूल में वो कर मतलब जो स्कूल से पास आउट हो चुके हैं वो कर सकते हैं क्या या
स्कूल
जो
के
स्कूल में
पास
वो भी कर
रहती है? हाँ, आई थिंक आप अपने स्कूल से परमिशन लेकर कर सकते हो. All you need to do is just put in a permission, and I'm pretty sure they will give you that. You can upload as many works as you want, right? As many entries can be submitted. There's no limit to the entries. There's no word limit. There is literally no limit to anything over here. And you've got a very broad topic, the butterfly effect. So we're all looking forward to very interesting stories and artwork. When you look at artwork, please don't all of you just make a butterfly. Please think and come up with as many abstract ideas as you can, because that's what we're going to be looking at and judging you on your sense of your creativity, your imagination, you know, your level of connecting and linking different things and coming up with abstract ideas. And it doesn't need to be abstract only, but we're looking at how your interpretation of the topic is very important. Right? Stories, I'm sure many of you might come up with different stories, but when it comes to artwork, let's not keep it focused to butterflies. Right?
Ritika, have you explained why is it called the butterfly effect? Not if I missed
Yes,
something
I
in
did.
between.
You want to add to it? Please feel free, Varun.
Why the word the butterfly effect?
Go ahead, share.
So the butterfly effect in a very literal sense means a butterfly flapping its wings in one part of the continent, let us say in India, can actually lead to hurricanes or typhoons in another part of the continent, let us say in US. So that is why it is called the butterfly effect.
Great.
Yes, you can upload both artwork and creative writing. I am
Yeah.
saying about.
And you can upload any number of books. Great. I think, do we have any more questions? Because then we'll quickly wind up. No, there's no word limit, no minimum or maximum word limit. Depends on your story and your idea.
Just on a other front, the image, try to keep it less than 5 MB.
Okay, Varun, can you put that on chat? I think let's put these down as FAQs and we'll send them as emails to everybody.
What happens is if the image is too big, it takes a lot of time to upload, and sometimes the server gets disconnected, so you guys will just end up getting frustrated. So try to limit the size to 5 MB.
Yeah, I'll just very quickly share the WhatsApp number that we use very frequently. Wait, I don't remember that number. It is 85276. This. So this is a WhatsApp number. So you can actually connect with. So there aren't, there aren't any age groups per se. There is no age division, but it has to be published. So we would be looking for certain qualities in work, but anybody can upload work on Zoodle. So when you actually saw that dinosaur, it had been done by a very small child. So there are several people, I mean, children as young as 2 years old have also uploaded their work. So there is no age criteria, but when we are publishing the book, we might select a certain kind of stories and a certain kind of artwork. But on Zoodle, everyone can participate. Yeah, Rishabh, please share your question.
Yes, I just had a question. Miss, whose WhatsApp number is this?
This is the STEM Metaverse WhatsApp number. Yeah. So why we're sharing these with you is so that you get a quicker response. Multiple people in the team have access to this WhatsApp. It's a company, it's a corporate WhatsApp number. So that way, at least you'll get a faster response on this, on the email address that we shared and this WhatsApp number. Great. I think it was wonderful interacting with all of you, and a big hand to all our authors once again for talking to us. And I'm sure it was very inspiring for all of you. So this is for Elena. This is for Kritika, also for Raju and Deepshi. All of you who were here, that's like one big hand to you because you've done a fabulous job. For those of you who have not seen these two books, they are up on Amazon. They're available on Amazon. Take a look at them, read their summaries. You'll get a very good idea of the kind of work that's already, happened on Zoodle. Take a look at the Zoodle website. You'll also get a very good idea there. Right? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. I think anybody who I think if it's already clear, you can actually leave the meeting as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Raju.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Kritika.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you, Lina. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye bye.
Bye.